everyone and welcome to my place. I did a lantern with spring flowers for one of the girls in the UK who had a wedding coming up, and you all loved it. Thank you so much for all your kind messages and your feedback. Now I've had a request from Jacob from the Netherlands, and he also loved it, but he has a wedding coming up and he wants to do something in a lantern as well that is also a little bit more woodlandy with some ferns and palms and things and mosses, etc. So I've gathered a whole heap of stuff together and I'm going to show you, hopefully with all these materials, how to make this look more organic-y, woodlandsy. Okay, I've just got an O bowl here and I've put some grey foam into it because the materials I'm using are going to be artificial. Now I've also put a little bit of burlap around the outside of it because I thought that, well, one, I had to cover that green plastic container, and I just thought that that was a little bit more organic and would be much more in keeping with what I'm doing. Now before you start, just have a wee check to make sure that whatever container you're using is actually going to fit into there. Right, from there, and keep it in there. Now if you didn't want to use that, the other thing that you could perhaps use is some of this really lovely, I think it's I don't know what it is, it's spruce, or no it's not, I don't know what it is. It's I don't know, whatever it is, it's quite nice, and I love all those wee textures. You could perhaps use that, and I've used this one here and just put that around a can, and I'll just put in a little bit of grey foam as well. Now I really love this little fern, so I thought I would push that into there so that it looked like it was growing out of there, and because I don't like to see that little bit of moss around that little bit of oasis, I'm just going to cover that as well. Yes, much better. I think, Jacob, we're starting to look a little bit woodlandy. Right, put that there, and then let me get rid of all of this stuff here. I need to be outside in the shed doing this, but never mind, this will do. Right, I'm going to take that out of there, and I just want to cover a little bit of, where's my opening now? Where's my, there's my front. There, I just want to put a little bit of this into here and run that around there so that I can cover as much of that foam as I can, and then I'll just stick that into there like that. Now I'll just move that so that you can see what I'm doing. Now that can go into there. Right about now, I'm going to put it onto the Lazy Susie so that I've got a bit of movement so that I can twist it around so that you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm also going to bring a little bit of this, because that's up there, and I want this to go from the base to the top. I'm just going to put a little bit of that vine in through there so that that just hangs down in one position. So I'm bringing sort of like the top down, or the bottom to the top, so that we've got things sort of like coming together. Right, from there, the next thing is I'm going to take that and put that into there like that, and then just get into here and just pull some of those wee vines out of there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that just fabulous? Ooh, already it's starting to look like a wee woodlands gathering. Right, the next thing is I've got one of these wee moss pads. I'm going to put that there so that that actually is starting to protrude out of the front. And because I've got this little rule, 1 on its own is okay, 2 is interesting, but 3 is visually stimulating. I don't have 3, so this I'll just put 2 in today, and I'll bring that over to there so that that's starting to stick out. So I've got this lovely little step effect coming into it. Right, I've got another little fern here. This is like a native New Zealand fern, which I just love. Push that into there like that, and then just splay that out so that that's starting to cover, and I can still see I've got little areas there which we will get to in a minute. Right, I'm going to put a succulent into there. Let's push that into there. Look at that lovely interplay of form and texture. Really beautiful. Now I've got these 2 little succulents here. I'm just going to put one into there like that, and then one over the top so that they start to sort of like fall down the front like so. You could use fresh ones if you had them. Now, because I've used the burlap down the bottom, I'm actually going to use these little burlap flowers and bring those into there just as a little bit more added interest, and I'll turn that around there like that. You could either put that in there if you wanted to, or you could leave it out. And then I think that because I can see that burlap down there, I might just bring another bit in so that that just sort of like pokes and protrudes out of there. In fact, it's sitting out a bit too high, so I'll just push that in so you just see it no more. Okay, now I've got a lovely little bird's nest here with some little eggs, and all I've done with these is to get them that sort of like lovely ducky blue. Is I've just used a little bit of food colouring, mixed it up and then put it over. If you had some paint, you just paint them up. Right, that can go into there like that, and then that little bird can just sit there. There you go, Jacob. I hope that is what you were after. In fact, this could be fabulous with all fresh forms. Now, the other thing that I wanted to do was, when you get it onto the placement surface, if you want to extend the design further, just put a little bit of moss down there, and I found that little bird's nest, and I would just put that there, so we've got, it's sort of like, oops, put that there so that we've got the story that's coming in and out of the cage, and of course, as I said, bringing the top down to the base. Hope you enjoyed that. I really love designing like this at the moment. It's all the trend. Thanks for watching, and I will see you another day.